Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today I thought I would film a video I've never filmed before. It's not a new idea. I've seen it around in years past, but it's basically a makeup basket recap. Um, yeah, I have no idea who started this concept, but I'm pretty sure I saw Kana from Kana's Closet do one of these years ago where she kind of touches back on a previous makeup basket and discusses what she used and what she thought of the products she used. So I have been doing a seasonal makeup basket for about 2 years now, and that's something new to me. Well, it feels new, it's 2 years old, but I never did that before because I always felt like my project panning projects were my makeup basket. I am putting on whatever's in a project. I didn't need to do a separate makeup basket. But about 2 years ago, I started doing this seasonal makeup basket and a top 5 palettes for the season, and I've really been enjoying it. And I have found that by doing a separate seasonal makeup basket, it has helped me with kind of streamlining my makeup collection down to like a seasonal capsule to shop when I need products for project pans, when I'm looking for products for get ready with me's, things like that. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. But one thing I've noticed is that my makeup basket has been growing. It's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think when I first started doing this, I was limiting myself to about 5 products per category. And somewhere down the line, that rule went out the window. And I am just crazy. My last seasonal shop my stash, which was for winter of 2022, I just posted it like 2 days ago, was 50 minutes long, and I just pulled everything I felt like pulling into that project, into that basket. And I thought, Paula, you should probably kind of think about what you actually used from your fall seasonal shop my stash and see if you really need to pull as many items as you're pulling. So that's what we're doing today. I've pulled out every product I ended up using from that fall shop my stash. I will link that video down below if you missed it. In fact, I'll just link a playlist to all of my seasonal shop my stashes down below. But I'm wondering if you guys are going to be surprised by what I actually pulled from that shop my stash, because I was a little shocked, to be honest with you. I was a little shocked, but let's talk about it and then we'll see what we think at the end. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the foundation. This is the Too Faced Do You foundation in the shade Nude. I kind of pulled this into my fall shop my stash in anticipation of needing this, and that's what happened. I haven't put this in a project. I haven't made any kind of formal declaration that I'm working on this by adding it into a project, but a couple months ago, I ran out of every foundation product that I had been working on in 2022, and I had pulled 2 different foundations, and this was one of them. And it was brand new. I'd never used this before. And I've basically been using this every day since. And so this is one item that I put into my fall shop my stash, and I pulled it, and I have been using it every single day. I think it's a pretty good color match for me. Sometimes I think it's a little bit on the peachy side, but I don't have any foundation on my neck at all, and I think it matches my neck pretty well. So this is a nice product. I mentioned this in my winter shop my stash, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep working on this for next year. But I also pulled a few new foundations that I think would be a good color match for me at this time of year. And I will decide which one I want to pan for 2023, because ultimately I do want to pan a foundation for next year. And so I'm not sure if it's going to be this one or another one, but I have been working on this for the last month and a half, maybe 2 months, and I've really been enjoying it. Next, I pulled this e.l.f. highlighting palette from my fall shop my stash. And again, I kind of put this in my fall shop my stash in anticipation of needing a cream highlight to work on. I had 2 in there and I ended up going with this one. The other one was an Almay cream highlight. And I have since put this in a project. It was in my Partners in Cream project. Partners in Cream is technically over for the next month, but it'll be back again in January. But yes, I have been working on this for at least 2 months now. I think a little over 2 months. and I'm really enjoying it a lot. And, you know, obviously I kind of knew that I was going to need something when I created my Fall Shop My Stash basket, but I'm really glad I chose this product and I've been really enjoying working on it. And I think I'm going to be adding a point to my low buy balance very soon, sooner rather than later. So that's been really good. But this came from my Fall Shop My Stash and it did end up in a project. The next product I used from my Fall Shop My Stash is this blush from Lorac. This is the shade Velvet Rope. I'm wearing it today, and I've really been enjoying it. It's always hard to say what exactly is this shade on my face because I have a cream bronzer and a cream blush, plus a powder bronzer, plus a powder blush, plus a powder blush all on my cheeks. So it's hard to say what this is that you're seeing on my cheeks. It's kind of a mixture of everything, but I've been really enjoying this shade. I think it's really beautiful. I even put a little bit on my forehead, kind of where I would put a bronzer. It's a beautiful shade. This is currently in Project 10 Uses, and I'm really glad I pulled this from my Fall Shop My Stash and for Project 10 Uses. I'm really happy to be working on this. I don't really feel like I've used it more than a couple of times prior to putting it in Project 10 Uses, and I've really been enjoying it. Okay, next is the one and only eyeshadow product I pulled from my Fall Shop My Stash that I'm actually working on. That is my Nubian 2 from Juvia's Place. As you guys know, I do a top 5 palettes for the season, and this was one of them. And I kind of pulled this into the top 5 in the hopes of rolling this into pan in every palette. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to roll anything out of pan in every palette, but I did find a way to incorporate this palette into a project by adding it into the Panner's pan. So I am currently working on this eyeshadow palette. I'm trying to hit pan on this shade right here. I've only used it once, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a beautiful color, and I'm looking forward to getting a lot more use out of this. And I'm so glad that I picked this for my Fall Shop My Stash. And I'm so glad that I'm working on this now, because this was another untouched product in my makeup stash. I mean, somebody had touched it. It wasn't me. It was Hazel when she was like 2 years old. But I had never really played with this palette at all. And I've had it for a long, long, long time. Okay, I ended up pulling 3 lip products from my Fall Shop My Stash, and all 3 made their way into Project 10 Uses. I love Project 10 Uses for working on lip products because I have a bajillion lip products in my collection. I mean, I have a lot of eyeshadows. I have a lot of everything. But I feel like panning lip products is the thing I'm the worst at, and I have a lot of lip products. So for me personally, it often makes more sense to put them in a project like Project 10 Uses rather than putting them in a project where I'm trying to really pan them. So I don't know. I'm always trying to pan, like I'm really trying to pan like 1 or 2 lip products, but I like to throw lip products into Project 10 Uses for sure. So the first product I pulled for my Fall Shop My Stash was the shade Burn Notice. Is that right? Am I making that up? No, I'm not making it up. This is the shade Burn Notice from Marc Jacobs. This is the La Marque Liquid Lip Crayon, I think is what it's called. And it's a very pretty like fall orangey brown, like cinnamony, like cinnamon. It's a cinnamon shade. This product has a beautiful formula, but this color is kind of fall specific to me. Now, I know people that would wear this shade all year long. Jamie would wear this shade 365 days of the year. But for me personally, I feel like it's very specific to fall. So I rolled this into Project 10 Uses, and I have really been enjoying it, but I need to get to 10 uses so it can roll out because fall is now officially over. This was a product I'd never used even once, so it was brand new prior to putting into Project 10 Uses. So I'm really glad I rolled it into my Fall Shop My Stash. I'm gonna say that for every product. I'm glad I rolled it into my Fall Shop My Stash. Next is another product I'd never used even once. This is the NYX Turned Up Lipstick in Flutter Kiss. And it's a pretty pinky mauvey shade. I've really been enjoying this. Sometimes I find that a lipstick is too close to my lip color to even be worth it. Like I feel that way about the NARS Rakugian lip color. Like I put it on and I'm like, it looks exactly the same as it did before I applied it. It doesn't look any different. My lips look the same. This one has got the slightest cool toned tint to it that even though it's very similar to my lip color, it adds something unique and interesting that I can't do naturally without this. This adds something to make it really interesting, and I like it. It adds that cool toned vibe to my lip color. So it's better, so it's definitely a My Lips But Better product. Whereas the NARS Rakugian is just like my lips but my lips. I don't feel any difference with it. This one is interesting and I've really been enjoying it, and I'm glad I put it into my Fall Shop My Stash. And the final lip product is this Lorac lip gloss in the shade Empress. I'm wearing a little bit of it now on top of a lip liner. And I think I had used this before, although I'm not sure. I have a set of these of like 5 or 6 of them. So I'm not sure if I used the specific shade before or not. But I love these Lorac lip creams. I love the formula. I love the flavor of the gloss. I love the consistency. I love the color. I've been enjoying this so much, and this is a great fall shade. But this is a shade I would wear year round. I don't think this shade needs to specifically stick with fall. I would wear it all year long, but because it has that little bit of brown in it, it reminded me of a fall lip gloss. And I've really been enjoying it. I like to wear this lip gloss on top of a pink liner, but I also like to wear it on top of a nude lip liner. I just think it really works. So, and I like to be working on a lip gloss at all times. Okay, the last 3 products that I shopped my fall Shop My Stash for all are nail polishes, which makes me very happy because I put an obscene amount of nail polishes in my fall Shop My Stash. I really get inspired to paint my nails when fall rolls around, and as you guys know, I've said it a million times, since COVID hit, painting my nails took the hardest hit. Like I really kept up with a lot of my other daily routines after COVID started, but once I started working from home, I lost all interest in painting my nails. And once I lost interest in painting my nails, I was having the hardest time getting back into it. So even though I've been back at work for 2 years, even though, you know, my life is back to normal, I'm not affected by COVID from day to day in any way at this point, I haven't been able to get back to the routine of painting my nails. A lot of that has to do with the fact that my mother-in-law, who lived with us, passed away right at the start of COVID. My mother-in-law was no longer working. She was on disability. And so she would do the dishes during the day while I was at work. And it was such a luxury because I never had to do dishes. And my manicures lasted from Monday to Friday without any trouble whatsoever while I wasn't doing dishes. And then once she unfortunately passed away, I had to start doing my own dishes again, which was fine, but that also took a hit as far as my interest in painting my nails, because now I would have to paint my nails like every 2 days or every 3 days because we don't have a dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher. And yeah, so that was definitely, it wasn't just COVID. It was the fact that my mother-in-law passed away at the start of COVID. She didn't pass away from COVID, by the way. She passed away from a heart attack. She really helped out around the house in many, many ways. And when she passed away, her absence was definitely felt. And so those factors really impacted my ability or my interest in painting my nails. And I just stopped for like 2 years, and I'm trying really hard to get back into it. And this fall, I finally got back into painting my nails, and I'm really happy that that happened because I enjoyed it. I enjoy painting my nails. I enjoy having my nails painted and doing little manicures. And I'm so glad that I finally got my nail painting mojo back during this fall Shop My Stash. So since I am panning a nail polish or 2, I've made the rule of every other manicure has to be my Project Pan polish. And then after I paint my nails with my Project Pan polish, I can pick a polish from my seasonal Shop My Stash to paint my nails. So long story short, These are the 3 polishes I chose from my fall Shop My Stash to paint my nails with every other manicure during the fall season. The first polish I picked, I absolutely fell in love with. This is a Sally Hansen polish in Irish Luck, R-U-S-H. And this is their Insta Dry formula. I actually did 2 manicures with it. My fill line is down to here now. This was a brand new bottle. I not only fell in love with the formula of this Insta Dry polish, which I'd never tried before, but I absolutely fell in love with this color of green. It was so fun. I did a whole reel on Instagram talking about how much I love this color. I loved it. I didn't want to stop painting my nails with this polish. Even after I used it twice, I had a hard time putting it away and going back to my project polish, but I will definitely be using this again soon. Although I think this makes a great fall polish, I also could see it in the spring, summer, winter. I could see it all year long. So I'm really glad I got to know this polish a little bit better. It has a nice wide wand too. I love a wide brush so much. I have big hands and big nails, and it's nice to have a wide brush. It just makes the job so much easier. And this one is a nice wide brush. So the polish I'm trying to pan is a very dark purple. And after going back to the dark purple for a manicure, I wanted something light. And in my fall Shop My Stash, I picked what I called a fall white. And this is the shade right here. It is a polish. Oh, let me get the bottle turned around so you can see it. Here we go. It is a polish from Scofflaw Varnish in the shade Fistful of Foxes. And the reason I think of this as a fall white is that it's a little bit off-white. It's a more of a creamy white, but it has those bronzy, coppery, hexagonal pieces. And I think that is what makes it so fall. And I just loved this polish. It was exactly what I needed that week, and I loved wearing it. I had worn it before, but I was so glad to have used it again. Then I went back to the purple, and after that, I put on this KB Shimmer polish. This is the shade Vested Interest. And I do still have the remnants of that polish on my nails right now. As you can see, it is time for another manicure, but I also need to do a pedicure too, so that's slowing me down. Hopefully tomorrow or today, I will get around to doing a manicure and a pedicure with something. I don't know what. But this was another polish that I'd swatched before. I did a one-hand swatch and took a picture of it for Instagram, but I'd never done a full manicure with this polish. And oh my gosh, this polish is amazing. I went to work one day and I got a compliment from a coworker, and I went to KB Shimmer's website to share the link with that coworker so she could see what the polish was, because she had a lot of questions. Like, is that, a polish with a glitter top coat? Like, what is going on your nails? Because this is a like multi-chrome with holographic flakies in it, and it is just so, I don't know how these 2 nails held up so well, but I will show you this nail. Focus. It is just so dimensional and beautiful, and it kind of looks like there's a holographic top coat on it because of how sparkly it is. But it's not. It's all in this bottle. But I went to go share the link with her, and they're not selling this polish anymore. So sadly, this polish, from what I can tell, is no longer available, which I'm sad about, but it also makes me even happier that I own it. Like, oh, I got this bottle before they discontinued it. It is a beautiful shade. I really like it for fall, but I also think this would be an amazing winter polish. And I had a hard time not pulling this into my winter Shop My Stash as well. But since I did do a manicure with it, and since I have so many other polishes I need to get to, I didn't put this in my fall Shop My Stash. But I think this would make an amazing winter polish as well. It is just, so gorgeous. As I was pulling the products out of my fall Shop My Stash that I did not use, there were so many products in that basket that I wish I could have gotten around to, but I just didn't have time to use it. It's just, I don't have enough faces. I don't have enough hands. I ran out of time to enjoy more of the products. And in the end, I don't think I was able to enjoy most of that basket, which makes me kind of sad. But I feel like this was a good video to do to kind of assess, like, one, what am I reaching for out of my Shop My Stash baskets? And two, do I need to change what I'm putting in my baskets and maybe not put as many things in, because realistically, I just can't use everything I'm pulling into these baskets. So I hope you guys found this interesting. I know I certainly did. And maybe as long as I continue to do these seasonal Shop My Stashes, I will do a follow-up afterwards for the previous season's Shop My Stash. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about how many products I actually used compared to what I pulled from my fall Shop My Stash. Are you surprised? I'm a little surprised. There's not much. There's not much at all. But I am glad that I had a chance to enjoy the products that I did pull from my fall Shop My Stash. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the Shop My Stash. And because I'm on such a strict low buy, the fall Shop My Stash is kind of my way to shop, because I don't shop for makeup anymore. Shopping for makeup used to be such a huge part of my life, but now I get to shop my stuff. So I do probably go overboard on the seasonal Shop My Stashes, but I'm not buying makeup. I'm shopping my stash, and that's ultimately the point, isn't it? I think so. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.